Montgomery Fall sports. What does that mean to you? Is it the work ethic of the football team, the continuous support of the band, the consistency of the tennis team? Whether one of these or another one of our dedicated fall teams, you will find the hearts of athletes at the core of each. Let's take a closer look at the drive and passion behind our individual fall team.
Hi Raider Nation, I'm with Alex, Steven, and Logan. So Alex, why'd you start playing football and what kept you interested in it?
I started in b-ball. Was when I first started. Kept me interested. I watched it as a kid. I watched it with my TV, my dad. I always loved the sport, and I just want to be a part of it. Steve?
Yeah, basically the same thing. I started in b-ball as well, and I also used to watch it with my parents when I was at home. And from there on, starting at b-ball, I just fell in love with the sport, fell in love with the game, and I always just wanted to continue. My dad always used to show me his highlights and certain film of him, and I just wanted to continue doing what he did.
Logan?
Just like these guys, I started in b-ball, really just to be active and play another sport, but I fell in love with the game and how the team bonding just really kept me going.
What is it like being part of a team?
Well, for football, it feels kind of different. It feels like a second family almost. I mean, you're so close to these guys. You run with them so much. You practice with them all day. You're hitting each other constantly. And you just kind of get so close that it doesn't even feel like a team anymore. It feels like you guys are brothers. It's great to be a part of it. Steve?
Yeah, it definitely feels like a family. You know that they're going to have your back every step of the way. No matter what you do, they're always going to be there for you, and it's a great atmosphere to be part of.
Logan?
It's truly amazing. Every one of them is your brother, and they'll do anything for you.
So Steven, what's it like coming from a team that had more seniors on it, and then now leading a team that's younger and inexperienced?
Since I was a sophomore, I was starting on the varsity team. So for me, I started to get that sense of leadership young, and when I was able to do that, they never really felt like the seniors that we were talking about left, and it just felt like I was one of the leaders, and it made it easier for me to be able to help lead the younger guys.
What about you, Alex? Yeah, I mean, Steven's right. It didn't really affect us much. We started as sophomores. We knew eventually we'd have to take lead for this team. So when they left, it kind of just feel like we gelled together more, and I felt pretty easy leading this team. Thank you. Hi, I'm Alex. We're with Brianna, the senior drum major for the marching band. So Brianna, why did you start playing in band, and what kept you into it?
So I got to meet an awesome man named Mr. Red, and he introduced multiple instruments to me and got me into music there. And I guess he really pushed me into wanting to be in the marching band, and I guess I kind of picked at him by joining the color guard for the first few years. And then once I reached my sophomore year, I actually switched to playing the flute. So I guess it's always been a part of me.
So Brianna, what do you like most about band?
I think our favorite part of the band itself is the Friday night football games and playing in the stands and being a family and cheering on our teams.
And Brianna, what's it like from actually playing in the band, then becoming a drum major and actually leading the band this year?
Well, for me, it is a huge switch from being a follower to being a leader, and it gives you that perspective of seeing everyone, not just your own group and your own section, but it really opens your eyes to how big of a team we really have and how much they actually mean to us.
So Brianna, considering this is your senior year, what's it like knowing that you'll never be able to perform a marching band again in high school?
It really sucks. Because of being drum major my senior year, I think it draws an even more close connection to the marching band itself and having that ability my last year. And I think especially with the theme, our Not Your Typical Love Story, it really hit home. And I know for a fact that our last home game, I was doing our commands and just bawling my eyes out and my voice was cracking the entire time. But that's how much the band really means to me and that we are a big family.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm here, Sage, a varsity captain for the tennis team. So Sage, why did you start playing tennis and what kept you into the sport?
So I started playing tennis my sophomore year. I actually didn't like the sport until my one friend, Abby Stryker, who was a senior last year, she talked me into playing because she was like, you don't play a fall sport, you should really try this one. And then I just fell in love with it. And I think what kept me going is my coaching staff. They are really big supporters in everything that you do. And definitely my teammates, because we have around 20 girls every season on the tennis team, and that's a lot for a tennis team. So like with all that positivity, it really keeps you driving.
So Sage, with the tennis team having 4 straight mid-pen championships, how do you guys prepare for the season? Try to strive to get better in the playoffs.
So we always have extra practices throughout the whole summer. A lot of teams don't do that, so we prepare in that kind of way. And we constantly have targets on our back all season long. That's all our coaches talk about is like, oh, they're coming for you, they're coming for you. But it doesn't like seem to stop us, like get in our heads too much, because we always strive to be the best. And I think having that mid-pen championship so many years in a row, we just want to keep going and keep having that title for years.
So what's it like to be a part of this team?
To be a part of this team, it is like a family. We all come together and do everything together. Sometimes we even like make plans outside of practice and outside of matches to just spend some time with each other, and the coaches definitely make it feel like a family.
So Sage, what do you like most about this sport?
I like the fact that we play individually. Like I play singles, and then there's also doubles, but at the same time you're playing for like a team record, so you play for best out of 5 matches. So if you win, you also have to have other people win to win the whole match as a team.
So this is your senior year, so this is the last time you'll be able to play high school tennis. So how does that make you feel?
I get a little emotional about it. It's upsetting because, you know, you love a team so much and you get used to being on the team for so many years in a row, and then leaving that behind is just crazy. But like, it's good to leave behind a team that you know will be okay without you. And I am planning to play in college, so it's not the end of tennis just yet, but I know I will never have a team or coaching staff like I did in high school.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Hello, I'm Cole, and I'm here with Mr. Cloud, the coach of the golf program. So, Mr. Cloud, how long have you been a coach of the golf program, and why did you start coaching?
This would have been my 6th year that we just finished, and I started coaching because I really love the game of golf, and I had been an assistant coach at Warrior Run after college, and when the opportunity came up, I decided to apply for it.
All right. So, Mr. Cloud, why don't you describe what it's like to be a coach?
Well, it depends on the day, but usually what we do is when we have practice, we split up to the different stations. We go to the putting green, we go to the driving range, and depending how many players I have at practice that day, I split them up into groups of 2 or 3. They do some drills, they do some contests on the putting green to just kind of get them in that game mentality.
So, Mr. Cloud, why don't you describe how teaching affects your coaching, or vice versa, coaching affects your teaching?
Well, the big thing is that everybody learns differently, whether it's athletically or whether it's in the classroom. So I need to kind of adjust my coaching and teaching to fit the learner's needs. Some people at golf practice might learn from seeing their swing on videotape. Other people might learn from, seeing a drill that they can do to kind of get a golf swing position that they need to be in. So I have to kind of adjust on the fly based on who I'm working with and what their best learning style is.
All right, thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm with Nita, a senior captain of the soccer team. So Nita, why did you start playing soccer, and what kept you into the sport?
I started playing in 2nd grade, and we had this coach named Coach Gabe, and he was probably the best coach I've ever had. He was really motivational, and he just made me love the sport, and he made it fun for me.
So Nita, what's it like to be a part of this team?
It's like a family. I've played with most of them since ASO days, and knowing that I won't be playing with them ever again is really sad. They were like a big family to me.
So what challenges you guys overcome as a team this year?
Injuries, we overcame that by we worked hard. Most of the girls, the younger girls especially, stepped up a lot to fill the shoes of the people that were hurt.
So Nita, this being your senior year, how does it feel that you're never able to play high school soccer again?
It's actually really sad. I've played on that field since freshman year. I won't ever wear a jersey ever again. I won't ever play with the teammates I played with. We grew together as a family, and they're basically my sisters. And it just makes me really upset because we made some great memories on that field.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm here with Hal, a junior for the cross country team. So Hal, why did you start playing cross country, and what kept you into it?
Well, I originally joined cross country when Mr. Hunter was still coaching it, and I really enjoyed it, but I didn't join again. And then a couple years later, I joined track, And I really enjoyed that, and everybody was like, hey, you'd be good at cross country, and we don't have many people. You could really do good. And I just figured I'd give it a shot, and I seem to really enjoy it now, and I plan on joining next year.
So Hal, what do you like most about cross country?
I was honestly very excited for the courses, as crazy as it sounds, but I was really excited to just run on trails in the woods and hang out with my teammates and get closer together with people and maybe meet some new people.
So Hal, next year, that is your senior year in cross country, what do you plan on doing differently? Any other preparations you plan on doing, or give us a little bit on that?
I actually plan to start running more because I honestly, before the season, I really didn't run that much. And during the season, I felt really out of shape even though I wasn't. And I just feel like I could have better prepared myself for that season. And I really didn't know how it was going to be, so I wasn't taking it as seriously as I should have.
Hello, I'm Cole and I'm here with Megan Barlow, a senior member of the varsity cheer team. So Megan, why did you start playing and what kept you into it?
I started playing because I was looking for more sports to play during that season because I'm also a soccer player. And then, I joined and I really liked it. It was just like one big family, and that's kind of what kept me into it.
All right, thank you. So Megan, what's it like to be a part of this varsity team?
Like I said, it's just one big family. We're all here for each other, and it's just like I can go to them about anything that I need to. And yeah, it's just like a big family.
All right. So Megan, I've heard a little bit about this palm tradition. Why don't you describe a little bit about that?
So at our banquet, we basically just choose someone that we think kind of represents us and deserves our palms. So we pick whoever that is and hand them down, give a little speech about that person. For me, I picked Sammy Ulrich, and I gave her my palms, and she now is the proud owner of number 3.
All right. Being that this is your senior year, what's it like knowing that you might not be able to cheer in high school again?
It's definitely bittersweet because I wish I would have done it longer. This is only my 2nd year of doing it. But at the same time, it has been a really good year, and I'm so proud that I'm so glad that I actually signed up for it and did it for a year. It was really nice.
All right, thank you for your time.
What does fall sports mean to you?
What does fall sports mean to you?
What do fall sports mean to you?
What do fall sports mean to you?
What does fall sports mean to you?
What does fall sports
Me too.
you?